can go up against anybody in the country.
She's the most exciting player in college basketball right now.
Are you kidding me? Caitlin Clark!
It look like everybody on that court is way slower than her when she get into her stuff.
Caitlin Clark, the rising star of women's national basketball, is no longer just a college sensation. However beautiful and talented she has gained envious bullies trying to put her down. Will she be able to face them all and remain in top form? Let's discover the harsh challenges the WNBA Bullies are trying to pose against Caitlin Clark and how she gracefully handles them all. First of all, make sure to stick around and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content. Caitlin Clark has gained uproaring fame in the last couple of years. Upgrading to an international basketball powerhouse booming with enthusiasm and spirit, Caitlin Clark has earned several fans and turned people's heads toward basketball. She is the new thrilling sensation floating through society with high speed, agility, and focus. She has attracted numerous people to basketball stands in just a year. The number of people converting from casual observers and time passers to enthusiastic fans is insane. And just because of the energy that Caitlin upholds and vigorously transcends to every onlooker. The number of viewers in the league's audience spiked from an average of 462,000 to 1.32 million. The credit mostly goes to Caitlin Clark because people like passion, devotion, and fury. But fame comes with critics and a lot of jealousy. It has been seen several times on screen how senior players shake back off the new uprising star that comes into the context of severe bullying. Not once, but multiple times has it been noted by the basketball community that Caitlin Clark is not treated friendly or politely, but with spite. Counting down the heated exchanges, trash talks, and physical confrontations, one can assume she isn't very popular among the WNBA players. The South Carolina game, the Nebraska game incident, the 2023 NCAA tournament encounter with Haley Van Lith, and the most floating Angel Reese's taunt in the 2023 NCAA Championship League.
Yeah, I would agree.
We might need to update the graphic now. Curricular, as Clark's knocked down a couple of deep triples.
Victoria Vivian's an old NBA.
The most mentioned bickering with Caitlin Clark is with Angel Reese. During the game's closing moments, she taunted Caitlin Clark by mimicking her "you can't see me" gesture and pointing to her ring finger. This gesture was in response to Caitlin Clark's action of "you can't see me." Pointing to the ring finger indicated they would put the ball in the ring and win. This attitude remained a topic of discussion for a long time on social media and talk shows. When later asked about it, she said, "I was in her bag." Clark had previously disrespected her teammate, LSU guard Alexis Morris, and the South Carolina Gamecocks. "I was waiting," Reese said on the ESPN postgame show. Moreover, she added, "She is an incredible player for sure, but I do not take disrespect lightly. Also, I wanted to pick her pocket, but I had a moment at the end of the game, and that was just, I was in my bag. I was in my moment." However, when Clark was asked about it, she wasn't very concerned and didn't care about it. She just said she was proud of her and her team's performance in the game. She just said, "Honestly, I have no idea. I was just grateful that my team was in such a position. It's all you can do. Hold your head high. Be proud of what you did. You know all the credit in the world tells you were tremendous." These types of taunts and bullying cannot be tolerated on any platform. This attitude was condemned by the commentators, audience, basketball fans, and Caitlin Clark's admirers. These backlashes are one thing, but flagrant fouls are another. During the Chicago versus Indiana match, Caitlin Clark was hit on the head, and it was later declared that it was a severe foul. In these circumstances, Caitlin Clark knows that coming out as a crybaby would not suit her or her team. So she hasn't blinked, even in the eye of the storm. She said, "I grew up playing basketball with the boys. You gotta find a way to hold your own. And then I grew up with two brothers. Things were very, very physical, a lot of blood, a lot of tears, whatever it was, so I'm definitely prepared for it." And so it seems. With every new match, her enthusiasm grows, her concentration does not waver, and she shows every one of the bullies what she is capable of. She takes hits gracefully, puts penalties all down in the ring, never misses her sure stepping, and takes out her team from tight spots. Even with multiple technical fouls, growing pains with teammates or rivals, 11 games in 20 days, losing, and not being selected for the USA final team. Her love of the game hasn't budged the slightest. I always remind myself, sure, there's moments where I've been frustrated and upset. We've lost here. I haven't performed here or things that I want to clean up, she said, but there's so many people that would love to be in my position or would love to have this opportunity. I get to do this as my job. Like, how lucky am I? Sometimes that's hard to remind yourself of and put everything in perspective, but that's what I try to do. And I think at the same time, that kind of takes the pressure off and really allows me to have fun and just keep playing the game I love. This attitude showcases superb sportsmanship, firmness, and resolve. What keeps Caitlin Clark up? On March 14, 2023, she posted on her Instagram account, "I was taught from a very young age just to block out the noise, always dream big, and believe I can do anything I want to do. What's impressive about the women's basketball court is that we bring out all the courts. We bring that emotion. We get that fire. That's how I have always played the game. And I think that's what makes it so fun. I am big and hyping up the crowd. Honestly, like at the moment, you feel like more. You get the dribbling and go ahead. The crowd's roaring. You know there is nothing like it. I had to sacrifice a lot to play this level." One of the most famous quotes is, "What can you do to stop Caitlin Clark? Pray." Another is, "Best player in America, the best shooter in America." People are utterly amazed and charmed by her playing skills and shooting tactics. Her popularity has skyrocketed, and companies want her to perform in their ads. Tanucci Pizza uses her basketball spinning skills. Buick uses her as a model. Iowa Wave shirts are sold on her account. She takes part in high-chi advertisements and more. She must be earning lots of money. Her fair color and charming looks play a significant part in this regard. These opportunities, her immediate hike on all forms in court, and possibly fair color enrages her bullies. Their point is that they got lost among the Clark hype and got little appreciation or money. "People are talking about women's basketball the way you've never thought they'd be talking about women's basketball," said Angel Reese, who was criticized for standing and cheering when Clark was knocked to the ground. "The reason we watch women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that," she said. Their emotions were aroused when fans were too comfortable saying, "We only watch women's basketball because of her." That might be true for not thousands, but millions of fans of the sport, but it still undermines the other talents on the court. However, putting up with it would have been an ideal option to uphold good sportsmanship and spirit, but Clark's teammates do not support her much, and she faces challenging times with them. Throughout the season, Clark has been getting beat up. Hard screens, elbows, knocked down. It is what it is. She's not the first. She won't be the last. My question is, where are her teammates at? Where are the rest of the Indiana Fever at? Barnes said in a video posted on social media. "You all are supposed to protect the asset, protect the star. The rest of the league will continue to test her, and that's what they're supposed to do." Aaliyah Boston, Clark's teammate, walked over to Clark with no energy or spirit. She put up with a poor case of camaraderie, and it needs to be fixed. Charles Barkley praised Caitlin Clark and called out all the haters in apparent words. "You women out there, don't be petty. Hey LeBron, you are 100% right about these girls hating Caitlin Clark. Do not be petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we are the most insecure group in the world. You all should be thanking that girl for getting your all-ass private charters. She brings all the money and invisibility into the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen to what she has accomplished. Get her flowers." At the end, he said, "Thank you, girl, for bringing out money and shine to the WNBA." Even Stephen A. Smith, who supported Angel Reese after she followed Clark around to taunt her, said that Caitlin Clark was his favorite player. He said, "I love Caitlin Clark. I think she is spectacular. I have been the one calling her Stephen Curry of women's basketball. She has done nothing to put that back. I mean, this young lady is spectacular. She has been great for women's basketball overall." Some people tried to defend their menacing attitude by saying that this is what sometimes opponents are like, and that it is just to hype the game. Some said that Caitlin's actions were also so polite. Hence, a backlash came. But the fact remains. This attitude was far beyond tolerable and cannot be justified by any means. So, after all the bullying, mishaps, and rough situations, we still see Caitlin Clark shining like a diamond. And that is saying something, as these challenging and unwelcome situations are bound to confuse or upset any other newcomer. But Caitlin does not seem to mind in the least. Caitlin Clark has been tested physically, mentally, and emotionally, mostly from petty jealousy. However, she handled all the harsh turning points with outstanding ease and never let her enthusiasm for the game go down, and that is worth praise. What are your thoughts regarding it? Share them with us in the comment section below. Hope you liked the video. See you next time.